Hey everybody. Let's see. It's one thing I don't get to test out my camera. When I go live on YouTube through YouTube, you can do that when you go on StreamYard. Hello to the two people out there. I don't know who you are, but thanks for coming. Let's see here. Okay. No. Mute that. How is everybody? Weather is great in Chicago. Fantastic weather today. What is it? 70 and sunny. Can't ask for better than that. I forgot to do that. That little note. I left myself a note. 70 and sunny in Chicago. What a great day. It's not windy. It's not humid. It's perfect weather. It's a Monday. Roberta, hello. It's perfect out there. And guess where I am? I'm inside because I like it inside. I don't really like to go outside. I'm not a big fan of the outdoors. No, I like to be inside. But a nice walk would have done me well today. I should have, taken a walk, but I woke up really late. I mean, I woke up early in the morning, and I thought I was going to stay up. So I was working on something, doing some paperwork. That made me really sleepy. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to shut my eyes for 10 minutes. Well, 3 hours went by. And I wake up. I'm like, oh my gosh, the morning is gone. So I didn't get to do what I wanted to do on a Monday, which is put away all the coats and sweaters that my family has decorated my house with, put away all the shoes, hang up the sweaters and hang up the jackets because it was a little chilly over the weekend. It was about 60, maybe 55. 60 was the highest it got. 59 in Ohio. It was 42 this morning. I think it was in the 30s this morning. Maybe it was yesterday morning, Roberta. I think it was 30s yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, it was cold and then it got warm and it was a perfect game day. The Bears played home game. They lost to the Packers, of course. They always lose to the Packers. I don't think they ever win. And it hurts more when it's at home, you know. I'm not even a football fan enthusiast, but even I know that in Chicago, the Bears fans are very depressed when the Bears lose. And as I said before, hey Lauren, I don't know if you heard me say this, Roberta and Lauren, you probably didn't, but a friend of mine who works in an ER here in Chicago told me that the ERs get really busy on Sunday nights when the Bears lose. A lot of people are depressed and they decide to check into, the hospital for a 3-day stay, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of people here in Chicago, so they all take turns doing it. Not all of them. They don't all take turns doing it, but she says the hospital does get a little crowded in the ER on Sunday night when the Bears lose. It even gets crowded on any Sunday night, she said. A lot of people are depressed because they have to go to work in the morning and they just don't like, the feeling of having to get up in the morning and punch the clock and work for the man. Yes. Lauren, I remember. You reminded me. I'm sorry. I ate an apple and I feel like there's a piece of apple skin in my teeth. That's annoying. That's going to annoy me. Roberta, that makes no sense. Well, people are like not in the mood to for just the general Monday morning blues or Sunday night blues. Sunday night blues is what somebody calls it. Somebody that I know calls it Sunday night blues. But add the fact that our home team lost to the, you know, our Bears lost, that makes it even worse. People, a lot of people are depressed anyway. And so add the fact that your team lost, you have to go to work in the morning, you know, people just give up for a few days. And I mean, at least some of them know to go to the hospital. But yeah, um, that's a thing here. So I don't know. I think like in our house, like me, I wasn't surprised that the Bears lost. They always, they often lose. It's just, it's just the way it is. Hey, did you notice in my description for this video, for this live, I put that I ate a $1,200 filet mignon over the weekend on Saturday. We attended a banquet, a gala, a fundraiser, um, and it was a $1,200 per plate banquet. Not that I paid that money. Somebody else bought our plates, me and my husband. So between the two of us, it was 2,400, for our meals. And it was very good, very good. Um, Piece of steak, very good vegetables, very good potatoes. The cheesecake dessert was amazing. But I was sitting next to this woman, not next to her, like two chairs over from her. She had her cheesecake on the plate and she's listening to the speakers. There was singers, there was dancers, you know, there was little things that they put on. And she's watching and I'm thinking any minute, first of all, I'm like, are we not supposed to be eating our dessert while the people are speaking? Because I was eating that cheesecake. I dug into that cheesecake. That cheesecake, it was amazing. They gave like one plate a chocolate cake, one plate a cheesecake, one plate a chocolate. So they gave me a chocolate and they gave my husband cheesecake. We both at the same time knew we needed to trade. I have to have that cheesecake. So she's just like sitting on her cheesecake, not eating it, listening to the speaker. I'm eating my cheesecake. Nobody else seems to be eating their pie. So I'm like, if you don't want it, anyway, an hour goes by. The woman doesn't take a bite out of the cheesecake, not even a bite. And so they start to pick up well, I didn't know. I guess it's the thing. I had my napkin on my lap, and I guess I put it on the table. And I guess that signals the wait staff to come and take away your dessert. So I was almost finished with my cheesecake. I had another bite or two. And the waitress comes and takes it away. And I'm like, what the heck? I guess I, don't need those extra calories. I determined it was because I had my napkin on the table. They never took Blondie's cheesecake away because her napkin was in her lap the whole time. I didn't know that. It was enough for me to realize, what fork is which, you know, and I know my husband grabbed my salad fork and I'm like, that's mine. If you grab mine, I don't have one. And the forks, there were spoons everywhere. Anyway, certain glasses, I don't know. It was whatever. It was a little fancy for my taste, but I did like the cheesecake. The steak was good too. It was a little rare for my taste. I like my steak well done. I know you're not supposed to have the filet mignon well done, so medium well would have been that, fine with me. This steak was not quite rare. What's the next level? Medium rare. So there's rare, medium, medium, no, rare, medium, and well done. But isn't there like five? There's five, because I know there's something about your thumb. You press inside your thumb when you're cooking the steak, and like this is well done. This part is medium. There's medium rare and medium well. Yeah, and medium. That's what it is. Rare, rare, medium, medium well, and well done. That's what it is. Well, I like mine well done. Unless it's filet, then it's medium well. So blue, rare, medium, medium well, and well done. Blue? What's blue? What's blue? Is that below rare? What does that mean? I've never heard of blue. But yeah, that's what I so then there was dancing, which I did not take part in because nobody was wearing a mask. And when you dance, there's a lot of breathing, and I didn't want to get breathed on. It was already a stretch for me to have gone to this thing. I had been taking my vitamins. Oh my gosh. YouTube hid that thing and it made me have to allow that to be seen. Oh my gosh. Seared on the outside? No, thank you. Oh my gosh. Only seared on the outside. Anyway, Lauren, that you're here. I know Roberta, I don't know if she's still here, but here in the States, I know Amazon is all over the world, but this was in everybody's mailbox over the weekend. See this book? It's almost a hardcover book. Hi, Nisi. See, did you get this book, Nisi? How about you, Roberta? Did you get it? This is the Amazon Wish book. This is like, how much to print this? This is colorful book. There's stickers inside. Stickers. There's stickers inside so that the kids can take this one. Okay, look at the sticker. This says this one. So she's gonna stick that. Oh, look at there. There's Blue's Clues and there's Elmo. All the kids need to do that one. This is unbelievable to me. And then there's look at this other page here. Has like, oh, okay. You can cut these out and then make a puzzle out of them. They have like lines so you can cut them out and then you could make it into a puzzle. This is crazy to me. Some of these toys are cute. I really like looking at toys and the new toys that they invented. But then at the same time, I'm like, get out. Look at, they have a color book. So, you didn't get that? I have Amazon Prime. Maybe mine hasn't arrived yet. Z would love that. Really? What Z? Are you talking about the Z, the YouTube? like Zelda, or was that your family member? I'm sorry, I don't. You'll have to elaborate. This is, yeah, little. You could send somebody a postcard. See, this is a postcard. Now, this is just, it's nice that the kids would have a book, an actual book, because I know that a lot of the kids, they are with devices now. They have phones and iPads, but it's nice for them to have a real book. But I mean, this book is just pretty much saying, tell mama what you want for Christmas. And I don't, or even, I don't even know if it's for, yeah, it says Holiday Kids Gift Book is here. That's really, I don't really think that's a good idea. I know we had wish books when we were little, J.C. Penney and Sears. Um, Even that was like, it's just like too, it's making kids be materialistic, and especially, oh, your son. Oh, yeah, kids would love this. Yeah. It's just making them, not really realizing what Christmas is really about. I don't want to get on a soapbox right now, but you know what I mean. I hear watching you on TV. I've been sick for a while. Are you still sick, Roberta? Oh my gosh. Okay. You need to get better. Oh my gosh. But at least you are taking it easy. That's good. A lot of people, when they're sick, they don't take it easy. They just keep pushing themselves and pushing themselves. And that's not a good idea. That's like driving a car with your gas tank almost empty. That's not good for your car. You need to put more gas in there. You know, that's like driving your car when it needs an oil change. You see that little light. When that light comes on, I don't know a lot of people who rush to get an oil change. I think a lot of people, ride it out for a little while. It's just a human thing, but some people wait a little too long. Yeah, Nisi, you keep your Christmas small. We like to keep it small too. Get well soon, Roberta. Oh, yeah. Hey, Linda, how are you? Linda, I was just showing what we all got here in the mail. I don't know if you got this where you are. I know you're all the way across the pond, but this is an Amazon wish book for the kids to take a look at. It's in color. It's a thick book. It went in everybody's mailbox, at least here where I live. In all the buildings, everybody got one. It was it's pretty. It's not for. It's not. As you could see. It doesn't have. Oh, I shouldn't show my address. Uh, it says current resident. It's not. It's not intended for me. It's just intended for every resident. So, um, yeah, I don't. I don't. I don't know. Yeah, apparently, Amazon has a lot of money. That's no surprise. And so, what was I saying? I hear on the news Elon Musk is now the richest man in the world again, and Jeff Bezos is number two. So he's got money to send us these books. I just am not a big fan of mail solicitation, especially when I know I used to work for a paper company, a greeting card company. So I know the price of stock paper. That was my job to know. That was a long time ago. And I was in sales and I had the responsibility of selling Christmas card stock inventory to companies. Anyway, we I know the price of this paper, and a lot of credit card companies do it. They send you like very fancy solicitations in the mail, very fancy, big, thick envelopes of stuff. Even my bank did it when they changed their. My bank changed. They changed their name, or somebody else bought them, and everybody who had an account got a big packet envelope, big packet of information about their new bank. I got one, my husband got one, my son got one, my other son got one. You know, it was crazy. It's very expensive. I don't like when companies spend money on that because if I'm their customer, that's coming out of my pocket. I'm thinking. I know we all have to advertise, all the businesses have to advertise, but that's taking it way too far. Anyway, I'm done. I won't bore you anymore with that subject. Well, we can talk about I told you about my $1,200 steak, which was okay. The cheesecake was even better. Oh, my dryer just shut off. Now it's nice and quiet. I didn't realize it was on before I went on live. I meant to turn it on. I meant to turn it off because when I turned it on, I thought to myself, Self, don't forget to shut this dryer off before you go live. Apparently, obviously, I didn't remember, so it was still on. Now it just seems like so loudly quiet in here. Do you ever have it so quiet? It's almost loud. How quiet it is. It's just so weird. Well, I'm trying to hydrate today because today is my chiropractor day. So I'm drinking my water. So if in a few minutes I have to excuse myself to go to the bathroom, it's because I've been trying to hydrate as much as I can for the chiropractor. So, um, I wanted to, for all the content creators that I watch, I can't remember who gave me this idea, but this person has a map on their wall and they have a push pin for all the YouTube content creators that they watch. And I thought that was a nifty idea, so I got myself a map. I got one map that's just North America and then one other map that's the world. So I intend to, and this is a laminated map. So the way you do it is you write on it. You don't stick a pin in there. You write on it with a dry erase marker. So for the content creators that I watch, I would like to put exactly where they live if I can. So I'm gonna start with I don't know if Nisi is here. I know she's a content creator, but Linda, where are you exactly in the UK? Are you near London or are you away from there? I don't know. Um, but Nisi, if you're here, I'd like to know. I know what is Montana, I want to say. Ugh, why can't I? But now that I'm writing it down, I won't forget. So if you can let me know where you are. Was it Guiney Square? I was thinking it was Guiney Square. Andrea. Yeah, I was thinking that. I mean, she was, oh, in your live. So she mentioned it in your live. Yeah, she mentioned it in here too. Western Montana. I see, I got it right. Oh my gosh. Western Montana. Rocky Mountains. All right. The city I am closest to is Missoula. Missoula. Am I saying that right? My town is not shown on a map. We are too tiny. Well, I have quite a big giant map. Um, but yeah, I get it. My town isn't shown on a map. It says Chicago, but I'm a couple steps from Chicago. Really, you could walk to Chicago from my house if you needed to. Certainly a bike ride. It's a nice, quick bike ride to the city of Chicago. And Chicago is so big. There's so many parts of like there's the South Side Chicago, there's the North Side Chicago, then there's downtown, and then within the South Side there's the inner city South Side, like the inner city. Like inner city refers to the rough areas. That's where I grew up, in the inner city, and I was working in a school. I was a teacher for the kids. It was pretty rough, but good times as well. Um, so I'm sorry, I didn't even see that, Linda. You're in Warrington near Liverpool. Liverpool. That's where John Lennon grew up, right? Paul McCartney. Not John Lennon, Paul McCartney. Okay. Or both of them. Missoula. Missoula. All right. I was saying Missoula. It's Missoula. I like that. How you put how to pronounce it. That's cool. So what I'm going to do is I will put numbers, because to write on the map everybody's name, that's going to take a lot of real estate. So I will give everybody a number, and then I will put like the number, like a list, like who's number one, who's number two, number three, number four, and then you could just cross. I'm going to be like Monica from Friends when it comes to this map, I swear. Oh my gosh. They both grew up in that's what I thought. So I said John Lennon, but I know Paul McCartney for sure, because Paul McCartney has this episode that he did with oh God, what's his name? What's this guy's name? Who does the carpool karaoke? How could I forget his name? I watch him all the time. James Corden does carpool karaoke. I don't know if he still does it now. Probably not, with COVID going around. He probably took a break from it. But Paul McCartney had an episode of carpool karaoke. I thought it was so cool. I love carpool karaoke. And when I was not feeling well, uh, with as far as my anxiety years ago, carpool karaoke helped me a lot. It helped me, this was before I knew how to crochet. Hey, Charlie, sorry. Gigi is here. Hey, a Joe Raid, a cousin Joe Raid. Well, thank you, cousin Joe. I know I kind of went on top of your live. I'm sorry. Um, but thank you for the raid. But I was just asking my content creators where everybody is from, because I got myself a little map of the world, and I want to put everybody's number on there. So we could start with Joe. I know exactly where Joe and Dana are. We're in South Bend. How about Gigi? I know you're in Georgia, but where exactly? Are you close to Atlanta? How about Terrence? Charlie, are you a content creator? Oh, the chat just. And Jane. Holy Spirit and Jane are in the same place. Let's see. West of Atlanta. West of Atlanta. Okay. Oh my gosh, my son just walked by with an ice cream sandwich. It looks so good. Now that everybody is here, did everybody get this book in the mail? This Amazon book? This crazy thick um not black and white Amazon book that has a bunch of look at these Barbie dolls. I mean, stickers for the kids to just make a wish, say, "Mommy, here's my order for Christmas." I'm not really into that. I'm not a fan of, here, kids, let me know what you want for Christmas. I don't like that, but that's a lot of money that they spent. Amazon, we're going to pay for that in our, Amazon pricing. Okay. Paper TV, Miss Bev is here. Thank you. You gave me 2 thumbs up. All right. That's perfect. Jane, you didn't get that book? It wasn't even addressed to me. It just says current residents. Hi, Divergent Crafter. Yeah, it wasn't to me. It was everybody got one in our building, in our town. I don't know. You were the first raider. Maybe I should call you that. The first raider. You were. I see that. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Nisi had to go make lunch earlier. Okay, South Texas, close to Louisiana, Terrence. Okay, Charlie, you're just a support. I shouldn't use the word just. You're not a content creator. You are a supporter, and we need you guys. We really do. Yeah, Divergent Crafter. It does remind me of the Sears catalogs. It does. However, the Sears catalogs, I was telling people that I used to work in the paper company, greeting card company, manufacturer. The Sears catalogs were magazine, magazine pages. These pages, I know for sure, these are very expensive pages. This is basically, see the spine? That means they paid a lot of money for that. I mean, this is just ridiculous. At least the Sears catalogs, the pages were paper thin. You remember? Paper thin. Crystal. Divergent Crafter is Crystal. I have to memorize these names too because I will forget. Crystal. Where are you, Crystal? I got myself one of those giant maps so I can mark where everybody is. All my YouTube content creators. And I am trying to hydrate today because it's my chiropractor visit, my chiropractor Monday. I have to make sure that I'm hydrated because when he adjusts me, if you're dehydrated, the adjustment will make you feel sick. I learned that the hard way. I actually felt like I had the flu years ago when he would adjust me. I felt like I had the flu. My bones were weak, my muscles ached. And then One of the staff one day told me, you need to drink lots of water before and after your adjustment. The party was great. If you could tell by my, I don't know if you were able to see the description. I ate, it was a $1,200 a plate event. Not that we paid that. Somebody bought us our tickets, but $1,200 per plate. So my filet mignon was, you'd think it was cooked to perfection. I guess for some people it was, but not for me. I like my steak well done, and mine wasn't well done. Everybody's was the same. But we had cheesecake and veggies and mashed potatoes, which were good. Good salad, nice salad. No soup though. But what? This is mine. This is mine. That's because you were getting too close to it. That's why I moved it, Mr. Chester. Chester didn't do well. He I think that he didn't, we had to leave him there overnight. Come here, Chester. Because they said if you're not here by 8:30 p.m., you got to come the next morning. We're not open for you to pick up any dogs after 8:30. So we had to go next morning. When I went to go get him, there was dogs barking the whole time. Come here. Okay. Guess what? You're gonna get this. There's dogs. There was dogs barking. There was dogs barking. I mean, there's so many dogs barking. I think that Chester stood awake the whole night barking. Who could sleep with all that barking? So when he came home, he just like was sleepy, so sleepy, so sleepy. He slept all day yesterday except to eat, and then he was just too sleepy to go to the dog park. He slept all night last night. He slept all morning this morning. Right now he's getting a little bit energized. All right, let me see where I am in the chat. Sorry. Yes, did graphic design, and you are right. They paid for those. The only thing that helped cost was quantity. Well, yeah, quantity, but still quantity. I mean, they bought a lot. And you're in Tennessee. Where in Tennessee, Crystal? Tennessee's big. My map is big. What's the big? Are you near Memphis? I love Memphis. But, okay, I don't know how to say that name. Is it Boucher Street? Boucher Street? Is that your channel? Am I saying it right? I know. Well done is the way to go, Jane. And no soup. Oh, bread. They did have bread, Jane, but ugh. I love bread. I'm like Oprah. I love bread. You know, she's always saying, I love bread. That bread, it tasted like fish. I swear. It tasted like fish. I thought it was just me, so I drank some water and took another bite. Oh, it was like fishy bread. What the heck? I'm Miss Bev. He won't let me get him. In a minute, I'm gonna go grab him. I promise. I know he did. It was I mean, they don't mistreat the dogs. It's just that, he likes dogs and there's a lot of dogs there, but they don't get to interact, especially if you're not neutered or spayed. They don't interact them. If you are, they have some time for the dogs to play together, but Chester wasn't he hasn't had his surgery yet. So he didn't get to socialize with the dogs, and that was just irritating him because he loves dogs like mama. I am next to Cookville. Oh, okay. I'm gonna write that down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and So Miss Bev, you wanted to see Chester, and I don't know where he went. I think he went back on my bed to go to sleep, which is good because he's I know he stood up all night with all that barking. There's a lot of barking, strange bed, not even, his regular bed. He did have his, what did he have? He had his carrier. That's it, which has a little cushion, but Chester, I don't know where he is. Yeah, Jane, fishy bread. I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin to think who would invent that. But I guess that's good, you know, less calories for me. And there was the cheesecake was fantastic. I was saying this earlier. They served the cheesecake and there was a speaker, right? So I noticed nobody was eating their, it was the same with the salad. Somebody made a speech and there was no, don't eat until the speech was over, right? I did keep that in mind. But when the cheesecake came, I dug in. I'm like, cheesecake. But I noticed nobody else was eating. It was because there was a speaker now. And so I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And the cheesecake was delicious. First of all, I didn't know that when you take your napkin from your lap and put it on the table, that signals the wait staff to come take your plate. I did that. I had a couple more bites of that cheesecake to go, but I put my napkin on the table. And so did my husband. And they grabbed both our plates. And this man next to me, who only took one bite of his cheesecake, I guess his napkin was on the table too. But his wife's cheesecake, they didn't touch it because her napkin was on her lap. I'm figuring all this, not listening to the speech. And so I'm just staring at this woman's cheesecake. It was there for an hour. And I'm like, when is she going to eat that cheesecake? Take a bite out of it. She didn't want it. I'll take it. So the waitress eventually comes to pick up the cheesecake. I guess the woman put her napkin on the table. And she's like, oh, you wasted, she told the lady, you wasted this perfect cheesecake. Like, and her husband goes, do you want it? And she goes, oh, I can't have it, meaning that's the rule. I can't have the cheesecake. That's the rule. You can't have wait staff. Like, if you don't want that, I'll eat it. No, that's the rule. So the man, not understanding that she meant that, he heard, I can't have it. And he goes, why? Do you have diabetes? I'm like, what a question to ask somebody. Okay, Boucher Street. Cindy Boucher. Oh my gosh, I love that. Boucher. And I was saying voucher. I'm sorry, I was really butchering your name. Oh my gosh, Boucher Street. Boucher Street. Cindy Boucher. Cindy. Cindy. Okay, I got you. Quilty crocheter. Or is it quilty crocheter? Because I know it's different for everybody out there who puts an ER at the end of the word crochet. Or we'll just call you Quilty. Quilty, what is your first name and where do you live? Like, what specifically? I have a map that I'm going to put everybody, all the content creators there. Um, I guess it was Granny Square, Andrea, that gave me that idea. And I don't even know if I'm saying that name right. Is it Andrea or Andrea or Andrea? There's three ways to say it. I know this because when I was a teacher, long time ago, I had three girls with that same name. They spelled their name Andrea, and each girl had a different pronunciation. There was Andrea, there was Andrea, and there was Andrea. Exactly. And I had to, you know, and all the kids by the end of the by the end of the year, not school year. So by the end, like Christmas time, they all knew how to pronounce little girl's name the right way. Andrea was the one with the glasses with really black hair with bangs, and then Andrea, she was the bad girl one. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, she irritated me, Andrea. And Andrea, I can't even remember what she looks like because she must have been a good girl. Didn't give me any problems. Didn't have a significant look about her like Andrea. Andrea had the glasses. I remember they were really thick and they would always be falling off her little nose, and she would always be stuffed up and talk like, she was stuffed up, and she was just so cute and so, like, she was very clumsy too. But the Andrea, I don't even remember her. I'm telling you, because there was nothing. She must have been really good, and it's crochet. It's crocheter. That's what I was thinking. As soon as I said quilty crocheter, I'm like, no, that's another YouTube person that puts crocheter, but it's not quilty. I think I knew it was quilty crocheter. Okay. And David is here. Okay, David. Now, I finally got my map, and I want to know where exactly. I know you're in North Carolina, but where in North Carolina specifically? Because my map is pretty big, and I want to put a little number. I'm giving everybody a number, and then I'm going to put a guide next to it saying who's number one, who's number two, who's number three, because I can't really write all their channel names on the map. That's a lot of writing. Wilmington. Okay. Are you in the same town as Granny D? I know you went to the same college and you are pretty close to each other, but are you in the same town? Like, I just found out, I knew that Jeanette from DIY Creations lived here in Chicago. Chicago's pretty big. And even if you think about the suburbs of Chicago, when people live in the suburbs, a lot of them just say, I live in Chicago. They don't say in the Chicago suburbs. A lot of times I'll say, I live in Chicago, live in Chicago. Because like I said earlier, you could walk to Chicago from my house. She's between Salisbury and Concord. Really? Let's see. Let me write that down. Salisbury. Granny Square, however, lives very near me in Burgal. Oh, thank you, David, for that info. Andrea is her name. Two days a week, about a mile from me. She works a mile from. Okay. Okay, she's Linda. Linda Beech Grove. Thank you, Linda. I swear I'm going to get these names right. It seems like Dana from Triple C. She knows where everybody lives and what everybody's name is. I don't think she ever had to write it down. Really don't. She's just that much younger than me. She knows. Okay, Linda, good night. I know it's probably late there. You say hi to your hubby, Linda. Thanks for coming in. Um, what I was saying is that Jeanette from DOY Creations, I knew she lives in Chicago, but I didn't know she was so close to me. Like, I wouldn't say I could walk to her house, but it would be a quick car ride to her house. Quick. Like, I could get there in a car in about 7 minutes. So, yeah, she's that close to me. She's not far at all. Um, so that's wonderful. We are going to get together pretty soon, and we are even going to have a live together. So stay tuned for that. Okay. That's how we met at the optometrist office where she works. So when you met her, did you know her from YouTube? And you just coincidentally ran into her? I want to hear that story. And I'm not on StreamYard either. I can't even get you up here and let you tell that story. Deneen is here. Hello, Deneen. How are you? How's everything? Thanks for coming in. Oh, don't forget, everybody. We have 22 thumbs, so that's perfect. Also, Hook to the Left is in. You know what? Hook to the Left. I tried to go on her live on Saturday after the two girls, David. Okay, and did she ever go live last Saturday? This past Saturday? Franklin. No, she saw me crocheting and struck up a conversation. It was after that she started posting to her own channel. Really? Hi, Jen. What's up, Jen? Thanks for coming in. So that's interesting. Um, did she recognize you from YouTube, or you just met before YouTube? It was pre-YouTube. I mean, pre your channel. Oh, she was there. Okay. Yeah, I waited for as long as I could, but I was gonna let her run. I had to I had to get ready for the get ready for the ball. I got all fancied up on Saturday, and I had, as you can see in my description, I don't know if you got a chance to read it. I had a $1,200 filet mignon dinner, and it was fantastic. I did not pay $1,200 for it. Somebody else bought us the tickets for our dinner, so we got to go. But yeah, that's how much it costs per plate to sit at that fundraiser. And then the fundraiser didn't even stop there. There was an auction. You know, these people were giving away $10,000 for this cause. You know, just raising their paddle. You know, 500 here. I'll give to that. You know, and they were winning trips to the Caribbean, but I mean, they paid a lot of money to win those trips, but still. Also, Pivy Does It All is in Charlotte. Pivy Does It All. Yeah, you guys are all in NC. Wow. No, we just started talking about crochet, and I had some bearded yarn dude postcards in my project bag. Okay. Love and Ever Stitch by Ruby Baby is here. Oh my gosh. How are you? Oh, it's one of those days, Ruby. I know. I have those days sometimes. Those are fun days where you just go from live to live to live. Okay, the cause for this fundraiser was they have this house, this home for girls who have been exploited and um on the pretty much, you know, uh trafficking. and they take these girls away from their traffickers and put them in this house. They give them a home. They give them, education and therapy and medication if they need that. And they take care of these girls. Um, a lot of times, these girls don't have a home to go back to. And so they stay in this house. So that's what this fundraiser was for. So it was a good cause. No, I am in Tennessee, next door to North Carolina. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm in the car. VJ. Okay, VJ, I'm writing down everybody's location. Where are you exactly? I know you're in I know you're in oh, you're in St. Louis. Never mind. I remember. VJ's in St. Louis. Pivy is Ezra. Okay. Thank you, David. I'm good. I'm on the job hanging with all my crochet peeps. Okay. Leanne is in South Carolina, but I can't remember where. Happy Crafty Homemaker also is in Charlotte. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look at all these chats later. And Ursula is here. Ursula, I know you're in South Africa, but tell me where exactly. Are you in Cape Town or you were somewhere else? Because I finally got my map. Oh my gosh, got a lot of. That's why everybody's on East Coast time. A lot of people are on um I don't know what you call it, Central Pacific Atlantic time. You don't call it Eastern time. Oh my gosh. Saskatchewan. Deneen, Saskatchewan. My favorite way to say it. I mean, my favorite place to say. Okay, Cape Town. Durbanville. Okay. I think you told me that before. But of course, Sandy doesn't remember anything if I don't store it well. And that means writing it down. Okay, I'm just trying to see if I missed anybody. So, yeah. See, Sandy, I told you that. You know where I am. I know. I remember some things. I don't know. It's because when I think of VJ, I think of when I drive on 55. You know where 55 is, right, VJ? Because it says St. Louis. St. Louis, St. Louis. It's called St. Louis, the route to St. Louis. It starts in downtown Chicago, this route, and it ends where VJ is. So that's what I picture when I think of VJ. I picture the map or the sign, the green signs on the road. Jen is in Ohio. Uh, Newberry, South Carolina is Cynthia's Joyful Creations. Oh my gosh. I gotta write these down. I gotta look back because I know I missed a lot because David is just showering me with a whole bunch of things. I'm gonna have to definitely go through this. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Most everybody, there's hardly anybody in Central Time. Oh, is that what you think about, David? Meet me in St. Louis. Yeah, I think about the baseball bat because St. Louis has a baseball bat company. Um, what's the name of the company? Is it Slugger? I don't know, but I remember I took my boys there on vacation. Oh my gosh. So, David, you really could have a YouTube like get together with all the Carolina people. Really, you could have a gathering. You don't have to go far, none of you. As it should be, David. As it should be. Butterfly Dreams Jeannie is in Central Standard Time. She's got a cute little accent. Jeannie does. Louisville Slugger. Yeah, the baseball bat company and the glove. The glove. I don't know. I just remember my kids taking a picture with like a 30-foot baseball bat. 70. I am off 270 and 367. Just spent $50 to fill up my tank. Ugh. We lost not one but two football teams. You did? Really? What football team? The Rams? The Raiders? I don't know. But speaking of football, our football team lost. So to their they lost to their rivals yesterday at their own home. In their own home. It's always depressing. I saw Granny Square often, and we once met up with Ezra. And I met Granny D a few months ago, and Ezra was there too. Thanks for lurking, Ursula. That just sounds like an amazing time. And I guess if it weren't for COVID, we'd do more of that. But maybe if it weren't for COVID, there'd be less people on YouTube. You know, I don't know. Because I know that's when I decided to venture into doing more videos was when COVID started. I remember the day, it was right before the lockdown, the day that my phone kept telling me, you have a new subscriber, you have a new subscriber, new subscriber. And I don't know what, I wasn't even a content creator. And I kept getting this. I was on my way to the dentist and it was every 5 minutes, new subscriber, new subscriber. I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on? I don't even have any videos. All I do is watch people on YouTube. You know, I was a watcher, not a creator. And so I told my husband about it that day, and he's like, okay, well, then that's it. You're going to have to make some videos. So that here I am making videos. And you think my husband would be helping me, but no, not really. Not as much as he tells me to make videos. He should be helping me that much. Not really. All right, let's see. Ursula says, I'm so grateful for the friends I've made. Even if my channel stops tomorrow, I still have a lot of friends. But your channel's not going to stop tomorrow, Ursula. So don't even talk like that. And Ursula, it was nice watching you earlier this morning. It wasn't morning for you, but it was for me, you and Linda. And I was thinking, it's nice how you and Linda collaborate together. I know there's another pair of girls here in the States that collaborate every Saturday and Wednesday, I think. David, the Affordably Geeky. They go on every Saturday and Wednesday, right, David? And are you going on with them? Did I hear right? Did I hear correctly? By the way, I don't know if Miss Bev is still here, but she wanted to see Chester. I don't know if Jane is still here, but Chester came to say hello. Hello to Chester. Hi, Chester. Hi. Chester's still sleepy. He had a night. Oh my gosh. He was at a doggy hotel. He was probably up all night barking. First, we had the Cardinals. Okay, St. Louis Cardinals. And then I was right with one. I was right with one. Look at that. I'm not a sporty girl, but exactly. That is Ginger Yarn Geek and Kim, affordably crafty. Dana says hi. Auntie Dana says hi. You're your godmother. You're a YouTube godmother. I know, right? If they were about birds, he'd help, David. Yeah, well, I'm not into birds either. Kim from Affordably Crafty and Ginger from Yarn Geek. Yarn Geek was really my role model, and just watching her do lives taught me a lot. What? Really? That's exciting. Oh my gosh, Ursula. We scheduled an interview for my channel, but we had to reschedule it. Not sure when it will be. I've been scheduling more Monday men like crazy. I almost didn't have one for next Monday. David, is your Monday men in the middle of the night? Seems like that because when I go on Monday morning, it says morning, Monday men streamed like 8 hours ago. Is it in the middle of the night? What is that about? They are delicious, David, with butter, a buttered bird. Crystal, that's a thought. I tried to crochet a red bird for my son when he was at Illinois State, and that was kind of tedious. Maybe I'll look into a pattern. Actually, when Ginger was doing her early morning lives, was when I came into the community. Really? Wow. I can't remember who the first live I went into. Well, I know Jada used to go live. Jada and Stitches. She still goes live. I think she's going live tonight. No, she is going live tonight. I was really into watching her lives. Hers are bigger. I think then I watched The Secret Yarnery, and then somehow I stumbled into Dana's live. There might have been somebody in between Krista and Dana, but at the minute right now I can't. I can't think of who it was. Oh, you record them and schedule the release for it. Oh, so it doesn't say streamed 8 hours ago. It said release date. It's 8 hours ago. Okay. So they're interviews. Okay, David. Does that gross you out, Ursula? They are yummy. Oh, Crystal, thank you. Crochet O'Clock I used to watch way before even Crystal. I used to watch Crochet O'Clock. Yes, that is how Crochet O'Clock I used to watch. But I don't get to watch her a lot now. My Mondays seem busier. Back in the lockdown, I was watching her every Monday. I think before lockdown. There was a lot of people. There is a lot of. I was watching her on Friday. She had like 300 people watching. Okay. Yeah. Usually interviews turn into conversations. Are you sheepish? Oh, really? Ursula, that reminds me of what's her name? Last Minute Laura, I used to watch. She went on live every morning and every afternoon during the lockdown, yeah, except on weekends. And That's how I got into a lot of lives also. Yeah. You guys are refreshing my memory. Mm. You're so sleepy, aren't you? You guys, I'm going to move the camera so you maybe, for those of you who wants to see her, him. Oh my gosh. I don't, can you hear that music? I might have to tell my son to turn it down. We can't have mute. Can you hear that music? He's in the shower. Bagel Day. Bagel Day, Crystal, I watched right along with Jada's live. She was one of the first people. She didn't go live as much as Jada. Oh. Is she still on, David? Last Minute Laura, every single day? Thank you, Jen, and thank you, David. I can hear it. It's like really loud in my ear. And I don't want there to be a copyright thing on my channel. He's still catching up on his sleep. Thank you, Ursula. Auntie Ursula says you're adorable. Yeah, you're adorable. He's catching up on sleep because he lost a night of sleep on Saturday night. He was at the doggy hotel. He didn't get any sleep that day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she used to go live. Oh my gosh. I don't know how she had the energy to do that every single day, twice a day. Like even not even far apart. I think she did one at 8 o'clock in the morning and then the next one at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Yeah. It's so loud. On my end, it's loud here. I could hear it. It's too loud for me. Hmm. Chester. Chester had a nice welcome home bath. It's always nice and clean. But my husband was like kind of sad and he felt guilty for leaving Chester at the pet hotel. And he said, I'll never leave you there again. And I said, well, what if we're invited to a wedding one day? Then what? We can't really take him to a wedding. Maybe if he behaved himself a little better, I could keep him in my little purse carrier. He used to behave much better when he was a puppy, and I would be able to take him everywhere. Even when I got my nails done, I took him in his little carrier. But now he's a little too wild. He goes a little crazy, and I don't know. We're probably going to have to put him in some kind of program to get him to settle down. Yeah, Ursula, I was thinking about that. I do have a couple of people who might have been able to do it. I still think I'm afraid because Chester likes to hump other dogs. And a lot of my sitters, they have dogs themselves. I didn't want to like, can you take care of my dog? But my dog's going to hump your dog. So it needed to be in a place where Chester was going to be separated and supervised correctly because Chester is in a humping phase. He likes to hump dogs and he goes to the dog park and he humps the dogs and you know some dogs will yell at him and say don't even try it, dude. But other dogs, they don't do anything. And my husband said one day last week when I didn't get to go, Chester started a little humping party. He got all the other dogs humping, each other. And it was, oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. I wasn't even there to apologize for my dog. But we're going to get him, taken care of as far as that habit goes. Um, Although I know that some dogs, even though they get fixed, they still continue to hump and lift their legs. So I hope that's not the case for Chester, because it is a problem right now. Right? Chester's a naughty boy at the park. That's why he doesn't get to go every single day. Oh my gosh, you probably can hear that music now. Yeah, it's supposed to go away, but it doesn't always. Sometimes it lingers. Thank you, oh, Cindy. Thanks, Cindy. I have my cheat sheet here. I'll have to. And so we got Cindy and then Cynthia. Cynthia King, did I say hi to you? If not, hi, Cynthia King. I know, VJ. Exactly. Exactly what happened. Thanks, Ursula. He he officially turned off the music. He's done with his shower. Yeah. Ch- Chester, he's just I don't, we're gonna have to do something about Chester. So in the meantime, I do just need to remember to bring my spray bottle. I brought it in the beginning when he was doing that, so I would give him a spray when he was humping, um, and then I just would forget the spray bottle. You're like, that's okay. Sorry. Um. Anyway, last time I think it last week, I went on and I stood on YouTube long enough to raid Granny D, right? Because she goes on 2, 3, 4. She goes on at 4 my time. She's live at 5. That's her time. And I'm 1 Central Time. So I was on 3 hours. I don't know if I could do that today because I have my chiropractor's appointment. It's not until 5 my time, but I don't want to, you know, hmm, I don't know. Maybe I can. Sometimes Jessica starts yawning when I'm live, and that sets me off of yawning. So when she starts, okay, I didn't know where you were going with that. When I first started, I'm like, she wants to spray her daughter. Okay, it's when. So is your daughter right next to you when you're live, or is she just like walking around in the kitchen or something, or does she sit with you? And that's so nice for her to do that. That's very nice. My boys would never do that. I don't know. Maybe my other son that doesn't live here, but not this one. Look at this kid was is like unconscious. Oh no, I just jolted him awake. Sorry, Chester. I'm gonna put you down because you know what? I need to go get a snack. Oh my gosh. I guess not. I guess I'm gonna sit here and no, just your snack for you. Oh, No, it is not. I'm not really a waitress. I was so tempted, Ursula, to get that color on Saturday. I was so tempted when I got these done. I was so tempted, but I didn't. This is actually a powder that they dip your nail in a powder and again and again. And so they're not acrylic. It's just, it's some kind of, it hardens. But anyway, I really like it. It's not as expensive as acrylics or no chip, and it stays longer than acrylics or no chip. And it doesn't damage as much as acrylics or no chip. So it's a win-win-win situation. It's a win-win-win nail situation. Jen is my assistant, and she sits. Jess is your assistant. She sits right next to me and hands whatever is needed. Tea, coffee, yarn. She listens to every word and even anticipates what is necessary to hand me. Ursula, I'm so jealous. Ursula, oh my gosh. How do you get her to do? Oh, nice. You almost don't want to run her off. It's awesome that Jessica is still there by your side. Ursula. Used to get my nails done in the color called Egyptian cotton. It looks like a nude pink with soft glitter. Egyptian cotton. Yeah, I'm into white these days, but I'm just almost getting to the point where I'm kind of sick of it. That's why I was tempted to get the red shade. VJ's home now, and very good news, VJ. If she sews in loose ends, I'll hire her away. I know, David. I hate sewing in loose ends too. Ursula, to each his own, I say. What? What? Are you cleaning yourself? Can I put you down so I can get a snacky? Mm-hmm. I can get a snack. Okay? Maybe you want a snack too? No? Oh my gosh. Okay. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Poor baby. I know. Okay, let's read. Oh, you're sleepy? You want to go in my lap? Go in my lap? Come on. Go on the couch. Go on the couch. Go on the couch. You go on the couch? Yeah? You sleepy boy. Come on, let's go on the couch. Let me put him on the couch and grab a snack. I'm going to the ladies' room, so I'll be back in about a minute or so. So hold the phone while I take care of some things. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Okay, here you go. Come on. Want blueberry? Here's a blueberry. There you go. Yummy for Chesty. Yummy. Yummy for Chesty. Eat your blueberry. Okay, so I was at the store yesterday shopping for some groceries, and every aisle, at the end of every aisle, I swear, was a Doritos display. They were like taunting me with the Doritos at the grocery store. It was everywhere, everywhere. I ended up buying a bag of Doritos because I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. It was that bad. Maybe because it was a football Sunday. It was. Oh, let's see what I missed. Did my husband come in the chat? Oh, yeah, Dana. Oh, I missed a lot. Okay, I know, but you can't have. That's not. You have your fruit. You have your apple. Go get your apple. No, this is not. This is not for puppies. Not for puppies at all. Mm-mm. Mm. Jen, Rose, and I met up. Um, there, one of my recent videos, I give a little bit of detail what I did with Rose, but yeah, I met her at a. She was at a craft fair. She does craft fairs a lot, so I found out when her next one was, and I asked my husband, "You want to take a ride?" It was about an hour north of where I am. So I met her there. We chatted a little bit. And after the fair, I helped her get her stuff down and load her car. And we went out to eat for lunch. And then we went to the store to shop for yarn. And she wasn't interested in making a video because she didn't want to take away from the real life experience, you know. And I totally understood that. Ursula, she would have seen it at least once to buy it. I'll bet she hasn't seen it since it hit the door, though. What? I bet she's got a lot of stuff that she hasn't seen. Wait, what? Oh, you're talking about Granny D and organize her yarn. Ursula, Puppy says that Doritos is not for humans either. You should also have apple. And she, okay, but Ursula, I did have an apple, and I shared with Chester. I had my apple already, a nice big juicy green apple, and I gave Chester three little pieces, and he has one little piece to go. Right. Oh, were you there, Jen? Okay. If I had to go out for the day and my golden was good, I would bring her an order of nachos. I would give Chester some Doritos, but I don't think he's old enough. I give him some things, but some things I like to wait until he's a little older. Mm. No, you need to go finish your apple. This is not for babies. Not for babies. No. Oh, these are so good. These are awful. These are like they're good and awful at the same time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Beer, we're gonna wait till he's 21. Smokes, wait till until he's 16. Yeah. No, like I mean, we started giving him French fries. Um, but when he was really little, we didn't give him anything. And then when he got older, we started adding little things to give him. But I have a list of things that are no-nos, absolute no-nos. I have it actually right here. What you should never give my dog. Other dogs may have this, but Chester is never to eat lemons, limes, nutmeg, garlic, no coffee, no tea, no avocado, no onions, no macadamia, no chocolate, no grapes, and no raisins. That's my list of never, never. And this, I even have a sometimes list, which he hardly ever gets to sometimes. Cherries sometimes, peanuts, milk, honey, cinnamon, tomato, cottage cheese, almonds, cashews, cheese, and salt. I really only give him cheese sometimes, but the others that are in here, nothing. He never gets it. And then I have a list of, things that are okay to give him, which is a long list. But, like you got salmon is in here, and what else? Coconut, mango. Chester likes mango. He likes strawberries. He likes potato. Shrimp he could have, but not if it has garlic or onions cooked with it, or butter. Butter's not on here, but no. He can have apples and bananas. He eats eggs. He has peanut butter. Carrots he likes, right? You like carrots? Oh, you're so sweet. Wait, how did you get up here? Clean up my hands now. Not that Chester's dirty. You're not dirty because he just had a bath. My husband added venison. Now we have venison in our freezer that my husband wants to give him, but he can give him that. I'm not going anywhere near venison. Did she, Cindy? Oh my gosh. Ursula. My list is too long because I'm very picky. When we went to that banquet, they were passing out appetizers. And I'm like, what is that? What is that? Is that made with pork? I don't want it. Is that fish? No, I don't want it. Really? Ursula, I would give you all my venison that I have in my freezer if shipping were not a big deal. Because I have way too much venison for one person in the house that eats it. I mean, I have my other son, Bradley, eats it, but he doesn't live here anymore. So, and my husband never cooks it, which is good because it doesn't smell the best when it's being cooked. You could, ugh, I don't, I don't like the way it smells. So if I don't like the way it smells, why would I give it to my dog? Because I would have to cook it, right? So I'm not interested in giving it to my dog. The vet prescribed the salmon or the venison. Oh, really? Canned venison. Well, venison that my husband went and got himself. It's, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Oh, vinegar. Okay, Mr. Hook, did you see that? Ursula said you should add vinegar while you're cooking the venison and it won't stink. Okay, I'm telling you, these Doritos are, we used to say this back when I worked with people from the South. They're of the devil, I'm telling you. They're of the devil. They're horrible. They're bad. We're so good. We're so bad. Yeah, and you're going crazy. But let me get you you want another blueberry? Come on. Let's go get a blueberry. Let's go get a blueberry for Chester. Come on. Or maybe you want one of these. Here, that's for Chester. That's for Chester. Yeah, good job, Chester. Good job, Chester. Chester has his own Doritos. He's got doggy Doritos. They're actually, when I went to Costco, it says chicken and apple biscuits for dogs. Organic. Gourmet. So that's what I gave him. Oh, really? It does very, very much taste gamey. Oh, well, my husband always grills his. But I'm not a fan of that meat. I do like veal though. And my husband thinks it's cruel that I eat veal. But it's so tasty, I'm telling you. It's very tasty. Does anyone here like veal? Raise your hand if you like veal. Or are you against it like my husband is? Wow, VJ. Mm-mm. I'm not against veal, but I don't seek it out. Okay. With the venison, try a slow roast or a stew. Oh, the slow roast. It would be smelling okay. Maybe I'll let him do that if I go out of town or something. I don't know. It's because our kitchen extends into my family room. It's an open floor plan. So there's my kitchen, which leads to my family room, which ends over here. So when I cook, I have to turn the loud fan on and the loud air purifier. I put it on high. And my husband hates the sound of that. So he would never do it. He would never put those things on. And so I don't want that smell on my yarn. Dana, you never had veal. That's very good. Oh my gosh. And Ursula has to go. It's 9:40 over there. I'm glad you caught us too, Ursula. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you on the YouTube streets, Ursula. Okay. Yeah. So, Dana, I recommend the veal. but that's just me. They are popular, David. Yeah, it's hard. That's the only. It's nice because it's, you feel like your home is much bigger, but then like you can't get away from people. You know, it's just one big room. Mm, mm. Oh my gosh, Jen. Oh, how old is he? If you're still here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, that's scary, Jen. Yeah, my kitchen. That's the thing. It's not big, but because it's extended into the family room, it seems big. But the actual cooking area is small. He's 19. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's awful, Jen. Where's your apple? No, no, no. Not for babies. Mm-mm. He's gonna make me give in. Yeah, Jen, make him, I hope he gets some. He's gonna need therapy too. Yes, Jen. What's his name, Jen? Mm-mm. Let me put these away. Jebediah. Okay. Okay, Jane. We're putting Chester away. I'm putting these snacks away. No more. Okay? Now have your apple. Look. Have your apple. Here. Here. Have your apple. I should probably put peanut butter on that apple. Even though the other day I gave him peanut butter on a one of those silicone things where it gives him like a job to lick the peanut butter off the silicone thing. Um, and he let it sit there for 2 days. He didn't eat it. So maybe he just doesn't like peanut butter anymore. I don't know. Well, I had to have those Doritos because this time of day I get a craving for salty things. And usually I have pickles, but I ran out of my pickles. So here I am eating Doritos, which not good. That's a lot of calories. But once in a while, and like I said, my grocery store, made me do it because on every end cap was Doritos. Mm. Well, Jane, I'm going to crochet with you because this blanket is not going to finish itself. And that baby is going to be born very soon. I realized, you know what, this blanket that I'm making, it's probably not a good blanket for a newborn because it is going to be very thick. So I just got to make sure I let the mom know. Don't put it in the newborn's crib because it's too fluffy. I mean, it's too thick. You know who let me know that was Glenda from Creative Grandma. She had a tutorial just the other day for a baby blanket, and she said, um, I want to let you know that this is a thick blanket and I don't recommend it for newborns because it's too thick. And I thought, oh, I should really take that into consideration about my blanket that I'm making because see, it's thick. It's heavy. It's a bobble stitch. Oh, crochet pumpkin. I made a few of those. Look, like here it is. And my little pumpkin. And then I have my pumpkin pie. It was cute. I'm not much of an amigurumi person, Jane. I'll tell you that. This one I barely made. I don't know. Must have been ambitious that day. But Jen, are you still? No, Jen left already, or she probably left because she was leaving. Okay, now you're going. Okay, all right, Jen. What kind of VJ? I like the the ones that you have to refrigerate. I think they're the Clausen. Um, they're always in the fridge, and just the original dill flavor. And goodness, I love pickles too much. But yeah, I like to have pickles, and I ran out of pickles, and they didn't have any at the grocery store. I went to the grocery store, and I'm in the car, and my watch makes a noise suddenly. And I look at the watch, and it says Sandy's iPhone has been lost or something. Is not no longer in the area. I'm like, but I have my phone right here. And I pull my phone out of the pocket, and I'm like, this is not my phone. I took my husband's phone, and my list was on there. My grocery list was on my phone. So I had to call my own phone, hoping. I just got a text from my son. He needs money. Hoping, what did I say? What was I saying? I call my own phone, hoping my husband picks it up since he was at home. Hey, Ford man, Kenny. Jane is obsessed with pickles. Oh my gosh. A dill gherkin. Mm, I've never had that. Um, so I called my own phone. My husband picked up my phone. And I said, I have a list on my notes. I need you to send that to your phone. And so he did. But I wasn't able to, because the way I have it on my notes, it was like a check mark. I'm able to check it off on my notes. but he sent it as a pic, you know, which one wasn't the same, so wasn't able to really shop. And I think that's how I forgot my pickles, or even forgot to look for them. But I don't. Yeah, I did forget to look for them because that store. I'm going to a new grocery store lately, and I don't understand. I don't know the layout. I'm not familiar with how everything is laid out. So by the time I get to like the cheese, which is by the pickles in my regular store, well, it's the opposite side of the store now. In that, so it's just, mm-mm. Yeah, David, those are good too. Did you ever try a Jimmy John's pickle? Those are good, and they'll cut it for you. Yeah, Cindy, garlic dill. I see we have a lot of pickle fans in here, which makes me very happy. I'm crazy about pickles. I I'm a pickle monster. We got Cookie Monster on Sesame Street. I'm a pickle monster. I love pickles. I just can't get enough sometimes, and I have to stop myself because it's not good. I hear that if you eat too much pickles, you there's a chance you might develop stomach cancer. You if you eat enough, and I feel like I qualify for that, and I wouldn't I wouldn't think anything of it if I didn't know somebody who died of stomach cancer recently. And that just when I read that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to take it easy with the pickles. I saw the Famous Dave's at Costco, VJ, but I'm not into spicy at all. I can't take the spice. Nothing spicy. We have several major supermarket chains here, and although each is usually consistent with the chain, each chain is very different in layout. I hate that. Oh my gosh. I memorize layouts for the store, and then I make my list according to the layout of the store. So, but my list didn't match the store that I was in yesterday. So I was just all over the place. I didn't know where anything was. Really? Tess? Who's Tess? Who's Tess? Am I having a brain fog? I don't know who Tess is. I buy the huge glass jars and save the jars for kombucha. Kombucha. Wow. Yeah, I used to save the jars, and I have some down here that are here. This is not pickles. This is actually was a jar of mangoes, but it's for scraps. And then I have no, that's a cone of yarn. I have a lot of spaghetti sauce jars full of yarn scraps down there. Oh, you get them at Walmart. Yeah, I hardly get food from Walmart. Maybe about once a month. I'll get food from Walmart, maybe once every other month. But I see it a lot in Costco. I've never heard of a connection between pickles and stomach cancer. I think I heard that Tess loves this yarn. Oh, I'll have to give her a look here. I've never heard of that channel. Um, I think I heard that once, David, and it stuck in my head because I think when I heard it, it was around the time that that person died of stomach cancer. And it was not the same time, but around the time. So I kept it with me, you know, but I don't know how accurate it was. I don't even know who told me that, where I heard it. Did I hear it on TV or did I read it? Nitrates and okay, nitrites and nitrates. I know, right, David? But I think stomach cancer is like a really painful one. Anything that has to do with, you know, openings. Well, no, I take that back. What am I talking about? Opening. Stomach is not an opening. Because I was thinking of prostate cancer is painful too. But I don't know. Scratch that what I said. I can't even edit my own lives. They closed my grocery store and the remaining chain store. Oh my gosh. So do you have to go far, VJ? Cindy, you have precancer of the stomach valve, so I have to watch. Oh my gosh. Jane, I know, me too. On the jar of pickles, okay, you get a jar of pickles and you can get a whole pickles, you can get pickle halves, you can get pickle spears, you can get pickle chips. I usually get pickle spears in the big plastic jar in the fridge, or I get pickle halves in a glass jar. Oh, oh. I have to Venmo my son some money. Okay. So the spear serving size, one spear. If you have the jar of halves, pickle halves, serving size, half of a half. Who eats half of a half of pickle? What are you supposed to do with the other half of the pickle? Put it back in the jar? No, I'm eating not only one half, but I'm eating another half and another half. So I'm having essentially 6 servings of pickles. Walmart is the closest one that's not Aldi's. Oh, Aldi's is good too. Oh, my original store was a half mile away. That's that's a boo, VJ. Yeah, because when you're used to going half a mile and now you have to go 2 miles, that's no fun. Oh, yeah, David, we all need to be careful. I'm sorry to hear about your cousin. That's not how is he or she? It's telling me that I have to charge my laptop. So here we go. My laptop is thirsty. Here's some juice. Okay. David says, I don't mind Aldi. Sometimes they have great produce, often better than other supermarkets. You know what? It's hard with produce because sometimes, like yesterday when I went for onions were perfect at the store that I went to. Other times I'll go to other stores and the onions they don't look like onions. Um, Same with apples, same with oranges. I think it's hit or miss with produce in any store. Um, I'm not a fan of the produce in Costco though, because I think you get too much produce and you can't even finish it on time. It's going to go bad. Okay, you think she's fine. She and her 2 sisters are my 3 favorites ever. Uh, oh, I never heard of that store. Lido? Is that how you say that, Jane? Oh, David has one too. I've never heard of that store. Yeah, we have Aldi. Um, I used to love getting my wine from Aldi. It was like $3 for a bottle and it tasted really good. The winking owl, have you ever tried that? That was always a treat. One guy who has a cooking channel says not to buy your groceries at the same place you buy tires. Really? I guess so. But I mean, Costco sells everything. It is kind of crazy. I believe that with like stores like Walmart. What? What? You want to up? You want to up? You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah. Which is why I don't get groceries at Walmart. But Costco, yeah, I could see. So you go to Costco, you get your tires, you get your computer, you get your TV, you get your couch, you get your head of lettuce, get a rotisserie chicken, all in one trip. Okay, let's see. Oh, Auntie Jane says hi, Chester. I think that's a little bit of food snobbery. I've gotten some great food at Costco, and although I have a Sam's Club membership too, I haven't bought groceries there yet. My Sam Club is do. I'm using Dana's word. Dana's used that term before. do. My Sam's Club is do. I don't like it. There's I don't like their food court. I judge it by their food court. Their pizza is not even pizza. It's those bubbles on top of pizza that form? I hate those bubbles. All their pizza has bubbles. I hate those pizza bubbles. Ugh. Their rotisserie chicken is not good either. Their hot dogs are gross. They microwave their hot dogs, I swear. Ugh. I do like Ollie's, but it never fails that they don't have what I am looking for, especially if it's on sale in the paper. If I make up my mind to go out, I know. Yesterday we had to go to two stores. I hated that because my store that I went to, the first store, didn't have what I was looking for. Well, the second store didn't have it either. So I didn't. I ended up not getting what I have to go again today to another store, which is fine because I have a coupon for $6 off any purchase. I am still not comfortable being out. No, I was never comfortable being out, VJ. I never liked going out in the first place. Really? Going up? Mm-hmm. We get our gas at Costco, although we don't need to fill up at Costco a lot because my husband has a gas station, a gas pump at his work. So he's allowed to use that. Yeah. You a good boy? You a good boy? Hmm. Good boy, Chester. I wonder if my son, Ryan, he's got his headphones on. Ryan? Oh, David, my Sam's Club is closer to me than Costco, but Costco and Joann's are next to each other where I live. Isn't that funny? The Sam's Club where I live is right next to Aldi's. Ryan, he's got his headphones on, and I'm like trying to. He's not using his peripheral vision. I was gonna see if your brother wanted to get you some blueberries. Your jar of blueberries just for you, my Chester. Wait, what? He's Jane and these. Oh, yes. You meant to say yes, Jane, and these yahoos don't want to wear masks. I know. What's with the people don't wear masks in this store? I mean, just put it on. I mean, I could. You're not there for a long time. It's, I don't get the people who wear them like that. I mean, your air is still coming out of your nose. I'm only a mile or so away from Walmart, where I have a discount card for gas. but that price is still not as low as Sam's Club. Oh, and since Joanne's is right there, all the money you save on gas, you spend it on yarn, right, David? That's the way to do it. Money for nothing and chicks for free. I hope they don't slam me with copyright for singing that song. I didn't really sing it. I just said that the lyrics, right? You're cute. Um. So yeah, Walmart is next to Aldi. I'd say Sam's Club here. It's not really close to any yarn stores. Oh, we were talking about the masks. We were talking about the yeah, VJ. Me too. I know. If only we could sing on YouTube. But the mask. I mean, and some of them just wear it here. Like, okay, I have my mask on. They're saying, I technically, yeah, they're wearing a mask. Okay, David. Yeah, same with me. Same with me. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Your Uncle David doesn't like the chicks. The only chicks he likes is with the butter. Right? Right? Especially, David, restaurant workers. If you're making my food, please put your mask on the right way. I I mean, I once went into a restaurant to order some food and nobody was wearing their mask. And so I figured, okay, well, maybe they're justifying it because they're vaccinated, but me waiting for my food, I overheard the workers said, if they make us get vaccinated, I'm quitting. So this was the guy making my food. I'm like, what do I do now? What do I, or fried chicks too. Yeah, you don't want the frat boys fried. Yeah, no gloves. Nobody wears gloves here. Um, I would prefer if everybody would wear a mask to prepare my food, even way after COVID is gone, because now I'm aware about the droplets. I mean, I had OCD before, but I didn't really think about droplets as much as I do now. It's true that whenever, if I'm walking this way and somebody happens to be walking that way, I never like to walk in their right after they passed. I'm like OCD. I'm like, let that whatever dirt and dust that follow them pass before you know, I am that OCD. But with food, I'm more aware about droplets and nose droplets. So I feel like if you're going to cook my food, you know, wear gloves, wear a mask, cover up, just like they wear hairnets. And like not every restaurant enforces the hairnet rules, but some do. Even at Costco, the men have to wear hairnets on their beards. At that very moment, I saw people behind the counter with no masks at all. Oh my gosh. It baffles my mind that the narrow minded thinking of some people. I left the deli one day because the worker wasn't wearing a mask. Then I reported them to the health department. And no, sometimes you'll see them scratch their head, you know, with their gloves on. And then, no. Or like, I remember when I was young, was in high school, I went to get a sub sandwich and The guy took my money, put it in the drawer, gave me my change, and then started making my sandwich. And I didn't think anything of it until I got home and I replayed it in my head. Oh, he didn't even wash his hands. I wasn't even in high school when this happened to me. So my OCD was not a, as awake as it is now. And that's when oh my gosh, when all of these measures started becoming common, my friends were saying, why weren't you do that? Yeah, I know, right? Why weren't you washing your hands for 20 seconds before? You do know that people who have been vaxxed are. Oh, shoot. Are you okay? You okay? Oh, my son hit his knee on the wall, lifting his leg over the the puppy gate. My husband does that all the time. Many years ago, a friend I in food service talked about people using gloves, but with gloves not being any more sanitary no, with the gloves than without. Yeah, the only reason I think gloves are helpful is when you're making meatloaf or meatballs and you're handling meat or bread dough. When you're handling bread dough or meat, you know, I would prefer wearing gloves because and under your fingernails. That stuff all gets in the meat and in the dough. You know what I mean? Even though you're washed, but still, bits of skin could get in the food, you know. But yeah, change those gloves often. Colin Powell, look at Colin Powell. He was fully vaccinated. I know he's 86, but you know, that employees I pay for salad. The employee stuck his hand in the lettuce to make my salad. I told him I don't want this salad. Make me a new one and put on gloves. Oh, I wish I had your guts, VJ. I don't want that salad. Make a new one and put on gloves. Thank you, VJ. Thank you. I wish I had your guts. I don't, unfortunately. Just imagine people lying about their health conditions in order to gain some sort of advantage. Bitter further comment redacted. David. I know, David. Flu vaccines. I've gotten the flu. I get the flu shot almost every year. Um, and I one year I got the flu shot and I got the flu really bad. And I think because I say almost every year, that next year, that following year, I chose not to get the flu shot because I'm like, didn't help me last year. Because last year, I mean, not last year. This was years ago. Because the year VJ Colin Powell passed away this morning, or they announced it this morning. Colin Powell passed away from COVID, and he was fully vaccinated. 86 years old. Yeah. Oh, yeah, David. The 80s. Ooh, scary time in the 80s. They scared you about a certain thing. It was horrible. I mean, my teacher told me that in the 80s, she said, if you walk past somebody on the street that is sick, you're going to get sick. If you go to a restaurant and use the same spoon that somebody who was sick used, even though they washed it, you're going to get sick. Straws, you're going to get sick. Cups, you're going to get sick. Oh my gosh. But it seems to me that if you are going to get the flu today or tomorrow, the vaccine will be of limited help. So I was saying that year that I got the flu, even though I got the flu shot, that was like the worst flu I ever got. And I'm always getting the flu for my birthday, November. That's flu season. But This that year, my flu came in September, and it was still warm out, and I had the flu, and it was horrible. I really thought I was going to pass away, and so that's the only reason. The following year, I'm like, oh, that flu shot made me sick because right away I got the flu, But then the year after that, I'm like, no, I'll get it this time. I know, right? Because that, you know, that nails down the nail with the hammer that says, look, Colin Powell was fully vaccinated and he still died of COVID, you know. But I'm going to meet Dean Rook. Oh, that's weird. I just got a text from my husband. Weird text. All right. Yeah, there's new infections all the time. Mm, like the flu, the regular flu. There's always a different flu every year, so they're making the flu vaccination. It changes every single year. It's not the same flu shot as the year previous, you know. So that's the same with COVID. COVID is just a different. I mean, it's not the flu, but it's a virus, and there's variants of COVID every year. So, and I think like the the COVID from March of 2020 is different from the COVID people get now. It's just a different. It's not even COVID-19 anymore. It's different. It's Delta or that other crazy one with all the letters. I don't know. We should talk about puppies. We should talk about puppies. They mutate. Yeah, they mutate like the Gremlins. VJ, remember that movie, The Gremlins? If you got those things wet, they turned into gremlins, but they were not gremlins before they got wet. They were, oh, what was it called? I don't know what it was called before it was a gremlin. Or we could talk about yarn. Yes, talk about. I love looking at these three puppies right here. I call my yarn cakes puppies sometimes. And these three are so cute. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get myself to use this one or that one. They're just so cute. Um, yeah, that was a crazy movie. This right here is a toilet paper holder, by the way. I don't think it's meant to be excuse me, a toilet paper holder more, but it is meant to be a decorative, like a cake, you know, like a birthday cake. But incidentally, it holds toilet paper. That's from Nastasia. So, VJ, when you say remnants, do you mean fabric remnants or are you yarn? I have further cynical comments, but I will talk about puppies. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese for lunch, and I was intently watched by a pair of big brown eyes. I know, like sometimes you want to go, I don't bother you when you eat. A toilet paper caddy? Really? Hmm. Yarn. Okay. When you say remnants, I think of mill ends, which I'm still interested in finding out more about these mill ends. Um, to my knowledge, they're because when they make a skein of yarn, the mill is giant, and sometimes it ends mid skein. That's why you get a knot in your yarn. But I think some of them, they know they're not even going to make a skein with what's on the mill, and they don't even start a skein, and that's when you'll be able to purchase the mill ends. Now I don't know where you would purchase them, or if they're available through an online purchase, but I would like to experience mill end shopping. I know, VJ. I remember my grandmother used to have them in her bathroom, the Barbie doll toilet paper caddy. David, same thing. He's saying the same thing. I know, Jane. He lets me right. He's such a baby right now. He's still a little traumatized from the doggy hotel. Poor baby. Poor baby angel. Mm. I think the doggy hotel was an okay idea when I got my surgery. My surgery was only he was only there for 3 hours, but I don't think it's a good overnight place because Jester didn't get a wink of sleep. I could tell because Jester would never have fallen asleep with all that barking. I bought Milton's and usually have been satisfied, but I may not have liked everything I've ever gotten in a mystery box. Oh no. You know what? I want a mystery box of yarn. I do. I do. But I see everybody else's mystery box and I don't like the stuff that they have. I mean, I'm disappointed for them. So I just don't, but it's just exciting to get a mystery box of yarn. But then if I don't want it, can I take it back? Like, um, oh, really? I have to see that, VJ. Oh, and Miss Tina is here. How are you, Miss Tina? To find Milton's, do a search at any major online retailer. I'm gonna do that. Because I would really love to go Milton shopping. I have to mark that on my notes. And okay, Miss Tina, I got my map. Um, where are you in Iowa exactly? I want to put you on my map. I would trust a mystery box from Lion Brand more than any other retailer. Yeah, I would. These fancy yarn boxes I'm not into because they come in a hank and I don't have a Swift, so that wouldn't work for me. Same thing with Hobby Lobby. They have cute hanks, but I would have to have a Swift. I can't take it home and use it because it'll be ugh, it'll be a mess. The problem she had with one company was there was no label and she didn't know what kind of yarn it was. Isela is here. Hello. How are you today? Thanks for coming in. Put your thumb up and don't forget, Miss Tina, put your thumb up. And Miss Tina, don't forget to tell me where exactly you are in Iowa so I could put you on my map. I got a little baby like you do, Miss Tina. I remember Miss Tina used to always rock, and sometimes you still have your little Gigi in your lap. And now I have my little chesties in my lap. Oh, you're in Hammond, Indiana right now? And you'll be in Chicago soon working on my baby doll for great granddaughter. Her birthday Sunday. That's why I didn't do my show today. Okay, are you living in Hammond? I thought you lived in Iowa. And you'll be in Chicago soon, moving to Chicago or just visiting? kitchen chair upside down, use legs as swift, and ball wind it up. Oh, that might be a good idea. I do have a yarn winder. Can you put it on the back of a chair? Uh, oh yeah. There are people here who don't shop there. Sorry. Um, Great. Now I've got that song Music Man in my head. You really ought to give Iowa a try. Ah, you and your songs, David. I've never heard that song. I've never heard of Music Man either. Um, I bet my son has. Okay. So I know you're working, Miss Tina, but I want to know, did you move from Iowa or are you just visiting Hammond? Hammond is very close to where I am. Hammond is right down the street. Not, I mean, it's over yonder. It's same time zone too. Oh, my poor baby. My poor baby. Your sheepish. You're still catching up on your sheeps. All those dogs barking. Hey, Jeannie. Proverbs. Proverbs. Proverbs is here. Okay. Um, Let me see. Proverbs. Proverbs, Jeannie. Could you tell me where you are? I have a map, and I want to put all my YouTubers on there. I keep kicking myself that I didn't buy a yarn winder at an estate sale. Oh yeah, and don't buy the ones from the big box stores, yarn winders, because they're straight like pencil sharpener, straight. They're so stupid. I had to return mine. I am late. I am late in P. That's okay that you're late, but you're in PA. Where in PA? Because my map is big. Yeah, yeah. David, if somebody gave me a Swift for free, I wouldn't take it because when I watch somebody use a Swift, I'm afraid for them because like these, it seems like it would tangle. I don't know. I just don't understand a Swift. I would be clumsy with the Swift. I have a Knit Picks VJ, a good friend of mine who's a yarn expert told me to get the Knit Picks, and it's available on Amazon, you know. So I got it through Amazon, made Jeff a little bit more rich. And yeah, it's purple. It might be $15, I think. 19 at the most. Note spin, don't know how to spell it. Wait. Oh, Estella is saying note spin. What? That's a mouthful. Are you, I was going to say, are you by the mountains? Of course, there's mountains everywhere in PA. I can't remember. You might not be the only one in PA. My son is in State College, which will be at this weekend. How close are you there? There's creative grandmas in PA too. See, David, it does, right? Take practice. You need a class on it almost. You almost need a class. I'm here, but I got a lot to do. Okay. You need a class on how to use the Swift. And I just, when I watch people using Swifts, it gives me an anxiety attack. So I say no to the whole Hank situation. I'm not into Hanks. I think they look pretty. I think they're wonderful decorative pieces, but I'm not gonna buy one and use it, undo it. No, where I am. I bought one once and I just got lucky. I didn't even then know anything about Hanks. And so I didn't think about it. So my husband held it for me and I was able to pull it up. It was a splatter dash, but then I learned more about Hanks and how you have to put a Swift on them. And I think when I got my second one, I think it was I was thinking about it too much and it got tangled up on me. I'll bet you dollars to donuts you can find instructional videos about using a Swift. Yeah, that's true. But I need somebody to guide my hands too. Yeah, because they're so helpful, right, David? They do anything for mama. Mm. You're so sleepy. Just go to sleep. My gosh. He just, in my ear, he went, oh my gosh. Little baby boy. Little baby boy. We're going to kind of do a little sort of raid to Granny D. Um, yeah, during the football game. I can't stay on here any much longer to immediately raid Granny D. But, you know, when you go Granny D in a half an hour, why don't you just say hook raid? And I will see you there, but I will be getting ready for my chiropractor appointment. So I'm going to sign off now and say thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, put your thumb up, and thank you again with food, right? I know. I then I have to tell him wash your hands before touching the yarn. It's just I rather use a chair. I'm telling you, or my husband will do it. But um, but thank you, VJ and David, for the chat. Also, thanks, Miss Tina, Isella, Jane, Jeannie. I don't know who else is still here, but thank you. I'm just trying to see who all was here. Yeah, VJ and David, my biggest chatters. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Have fun the rest of the day. I will see you at Granny D's and maybe later on at Karen's if she's still on. I hope everything's okay. I know she had a hard month this month, but okay. I'll see everybody on the streets. Goodbye.